Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Recruits HabsCast, your daily spot for all things Montreal Canadiens. I'm Etienne Lepage from the Blue Chip Prospect channel on YouTube, joined as always by Grant McCagg. We have a fun one today. The Rookie Showdown just wrapped up, and there's a lot to unpack. Grant, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm a little tired after those trips down to Montreal always kind of take the starch out of me a bit. Um,
Yeah.
Takes me a while to get used to sleeping you know, in a bed that I'm not used to. So I didn't
Yeah.
get a lot of sleep Saturday night at the hotel, but and then the drive there and back. I'm a country boy, come from a village with one stoplight, and then when you get to Montreal, it's a little different driving wise. But I think I've got the route down pretty good, and the 30, it's a godsend that they built that. Take out Route 30 because the other route's pretty bad, but it was free toll on the way
Mhm.
down and the way back. But I guess because they're doing construction on the bridge or whatever, so didn't have to pay a toll on the to go on the 30 down and back, which was a bonus too. So all in all, I've had a lot rockier trips. It was one of
Yeah.
the smoother ones I've had, and yeah, I'm just recharging my batteries here today. But I'm glad I'm home and home and dry, as they say, and ready for another great week with Habs training camp starting up.
Yeah, it's gonna a lot of new things are gonna come up this week with the camp. How was your time at the Bell Center?
Good. I liked it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The first night or first afternoon, I guess, or no night, Winnipeg, the atmosphere, Demidov fever has
Yeah.
swept Montreal. It's just like I've been to a lot of games, regular season games that not as loud as it was. That well, Demidov put on a show, right?
Yeah.
3 points, tied it up late. Unfortunately, Winnipeg kind of spoiled the party a bit at the end, scoring there,
Yeah.
but he
They
was
did.
dynamic throughout the game. Could have had a few points. Was best player on the ice by far. But I enjoy these rookie camps too because tickets are a little less expensive, and you get more kids out and
Hmm.
families, and it makes for a more fun atmosphere and louder. You know, uh, it was a lot of fun. I The wave was going like crazy. I haven't seen the wave. I thought that died in the '90s, but the
Hmm.
fans were going. It
Yeah.
was the most fervent wave I've ever witnessed at a hockey game, and I mean, I'm too old to take part. I sat in my seat and let everybody around
Just
me.
they sit down and
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be standing up too hard on my
Mhm.
knees, up and down like that.
Too much exercise. All right, cool. But there was a lot of energy for a game it's just a rookie showcase. Like it's not a playoff game. It's not even a regular
No,
season game or like even on the TV. It was obvious that the energy was high in the building and everybody was talking about it. Like
yeah,
it's fun to see. Like Montreal is a special place.
it is. It is. I remarked that it said it. Louder, louder for a rookie showcase showdown than it was Game 7. Leafs in the playoffs. Like it's just
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah. So by watching those game live, what did you think of Demidov?
I think he's going to make the lineup this year. I think he's going to crack the Canadians. What do you think?
Possible. It's going to be hard, but he might do it.
I, um, look, I mean, I knew it beforehand. I didn't. I watched him more than 100 times in the last 2 years, scouting him on video, and then seeing him live in against Chicago in his debut last year. But yeah, it he's just a special talent. There's no doubt about that. I thought he had good chemistry with Kapanen and Xhekaj. That line
Hmm.
was creating chances the entire night, and it wasn't just Demidov. All three played well. Kapanen, oh, I just you know, watching him in video, I've always appreciated how smart a player he is, but when you're
Hmm.
watching him live too, just makes the right play
Yeah.
just every single time. He's just such a smart player. People that questioning his offense because he didn't get a lot of points in his, last year with the Canadiens in a few games playing the fourth line. When you put him with a player like Demidov, you notice just how much offense he can create. He especially last night, the game last night,
Hmm.
every I think the Canadians might have had a dozen decent scoring chances, and he created at least a half dozen of them just by making the smart play, the right play in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
Extremely intelligent player who I think it's going to be difficult to cut him in training camp. I know I've been blowing, tooting his horn all summer, but he had 3 points in that game against Winnipeg and was deserving of every one of them. Nice finish on that beautiful pass from Demidov there, and those two, I really hope they get to play together some in preseason because I just think that Kapanen has the potential to be the second center on a
Yeah.
on a Canadiens team that right now has a big question mark there. Um, and Demidov, I I would not be surprised if he is the first NHL rookie since Barzal to hit the 80-point mark. It would
Hmm.
not shock me at all
No, me neither.
if he put up 80 points. He's that skilled and that dynamic and that driven, I do believe. Like he's going to get very good scoring chances every game and a point a game for this kid with the skill and talent and competitiveness that he has right from his rookie season, I don't think is out of the question.
He Demidov has everything. Like when you look at the way he plays, the way he works, his smarts. There's nothing that stands out as something that could stop him. Like for a while, there was people talking about his speed and his skating, and you saw him in the rookie tournament when he took the puck from his end zone to the offensive zone. He flew through the neutral zone like
Oh yeah.
it's not an issue
Oh no
whatsoever.
no no.
And he
It's
and he controls the puck so well at that speed, and he can think at that speed. So
yeah
he's a very special talent. Like you said, if he hits 80 points, like I'm not gonna project that, but would I be surprised if it happened? Not whatsoever. He's
yeah
it was obvious in the tournament that he was a couple level above everyone there. He was so spectacular when he sent Jaeger flying behind the net. It was
yeah. That was
it's
that was yeah
he's so deceptive in the way that he works, the way that he skates, the way he handles the puck is it's a beautiful thing. I'm very happy that we have Demidov. He's like it's going to be the cornerstone of that franchise for a while.
yeah. And I mean Jaeger, right? Like
Yeah,
that's not a second rate prospect. That's
no, exactly. It's like it was a top 15 prospect or something like that. So,
yeah. I love Jaeger. I think he's going to be a hell of a pro, and
mhm,
yeah, and he just that spin. You see
he
those
flew.
every game.
Mhm,
He's
yeah,
he's so smart along the wall with the puck. Um, Back to Kapanen again. Very good spinning away along the wall with the puck too. Both
yeah,
of those guys are excellent when they get the puck along the wall. They protect it so well, and they're both really good at spinning away. But Demidov obviously at a different level altogether. But yeah, I like that he's spent a lot of the preseason, or sorry, the off season practicing with Line A, right? Which
mhm,
gives
yeah,
you a pretty good indication that we're probably going to see those two playing together to start the year. And I'm really excited about that because you saw with that pass that he made to Kapanen for the goal.
Yeah, the
Imagine if
cross-ice
that's
pass.
Laine. You think that's going in the net?
Yeah, for sure. He's gonna be
You
ready
know,
for it. There's no
well,
question.
I mean, I could see if they play together all year and Laine is healthy and playing at the top of his game, Demidov could get anywhere from 20 to 30 primary assists just on Laine goals alone, I believe.
Yeah. I think some people are starting to see and understand what you were saying by Kapanen to see at least getting a chance there in the NHL. First, like you said, the chemistry with Demidov, but also like you said, he's a smart player. He's also a strong player. Like he has some
Oh,
decent size, but he's strong. He moves well enough. There's some potential there. I wouldn't say he's a driver on that line, obviously. Then when you have Demidov and Laine on the other side, you're not going to drive the offense, but you can complete plays and you can also stay back a little bit sometimes and make sure the defense is being taken care of. Yeah, I think I can see it. If Doc doesn't work out or he doesn't like come at the training camp, if it doesn't work or he's still injured, I think he has a decent shot to
yeah,
at least be placed there to see what he can do.
yeah. Veleno will get a look too, and I think those three will probably be the just going into camp, kind of the three guys that they look at in the preseason as possibilities for that spot. We'll see. I mean, um, yeah, he just goes to the right spots all the time. He's very good on the forecheck. He got a lot of behind the net there. He wins a lot of puck battles.
Yeah,
Just very smart with his stick, gets the puck and then makes the right play just over and over and over again. You know, in the two games he created 20 plus offensive chances just with his savvy and
mm-hmm.
vision. I think he can pile up a lot of assists, but he's also got a good shot and very
Yeah,
good at
any
tipping
shot.
pucks in front of the net. He tipped a pile of, and I've seen him do it in Sweden and Finland as well, where he's really good eye hand coordination and really goes to the front of the net and tips a lot of pucks. Um, he's listed at 6'2" in camp. I don't know if he's that tall. I think
Mm-hmm.
they uh, I think they got out the hockey DB lists there when it came to listing heights on players for camp. There were a number of them that had that extra inch,
Yeah.
added to their height. Um, they were a little generous with heights
Mm-hmm.
there, I thought, but I think he's at least 6'1.5", and as you say, pretty strong, and he's still going to get stronger, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
very good defensively. He made the best defensive play of the two games in the Winnipeg match, where he came back and broke up a play
Mm-hmm.
with a really strong back check. And yeah, I think he's an all around center that is underrated, obviously, and that I think I hope gets a good look in camp as the potential number two center. I mean, if that, let's just say he wins that spot, like it just
Mm-hmm.
balances things so well. If you can have a 22-year-old come in and kind of surprise, you know, he's their second line center. Well, that drops Doc down. You know,
Yeah.
Doc is a bottom two line center, a former number 3 overall pick. If he's one of your bottom two centers, that's pretty good. That's a pretty
Yeah,
balanced
at that
lineup.
size and heaviness when he
Yeah,
wants to.
well,
That's a
I believe that just last year, I think they may have rushed him by plugging him into that second line center spot after missing an entire year. Um, it was a little too much for him, I believe. And then when Laine got hurt, the second line was just a carousel. You know, Newhook got asked to play on the wing, and he's been a center most of his life, so he had to adjust to that. They had whoever on the other side, and that line got off to a rough start defensively. Doc started to grip his stick a little too tight. He maybe wasn't in premium shape,
Yeah.
and he loses his confidence, and it just kind of snowballs from there. Well, after missing again another half of a season, and then say, okay, well, you were going to plug you into that second line center spot right away. I think they may reconsider that this time around and say, okay, we're going to start you down a little further in the lineup and work your way up, and plug in someone like Kapanen or Verlaino for now in that second line center spot. If it works, fine. Keep the lines the way they are. If it doesn't, if it's not working, hopefully by the time they decide, well, we'll try another center. Doc has been playing well. He's back up in game shape, ready to roll and to go into that second line center spot. But at this point, I just wonder if they aren't considering maybe starting him slower than they did last year because he's missed so much time in the last 2 years.
It would be wise, I think. Especially, but they said a couple of times that he seems to be in better shape this year than he was last year. So that's a very positive point, because when you're out of breath every single shift, it's really hard to get back on the ice. So I think that would help him, especially defensively. Like in the offense, you always get a little bit of that extra juice, but when it's time to back check and apply back pressure, you don't necessarily always have that juice to do it. So when you're out of shape, it's hard. But if you're in better shape, then it helps your two-way game, let's say, like you to play on 200 foot. And coming back to the rookie showcase, if we're talking about another high draft pick, what did you think of Mr. Reinbacker?
Yeah, just quickly on Doc there, if you don't mind. I just want to, does he have the half beard this year? Do you know? Have you seen?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Because I think his face looked a little round last year, and I don't know, like, guys sometimes to kind of hide that little extra that's going under the chin, they grow a bit of a beard.
Like me.
I'm not saying anything. Yeah, but you're 39, you're not 24 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
it's okay.
and then playing in the NHL, like you're not supposed to.
No.
I just noticed last year he had that kind of half beard, and his face looked a little round. He was maybe trying to hide it a bit. I hope he's clean shaven. We'll see at camp there this year, and face is looking a little more square, But yeah, I think he may have been had a little extra weight last year that he probably, hopefully, lost this off season. But Reinbacker, I think he was a little bit rusty and a little bit conservative. Like, we didn't see him. He wasn't very aggressive. Like, he wasn't like Owen Protz out there, lining up guys and nailing them. The old freight train Protz, at it again. And not joining the rush maybe as much as he does when he's fully ready to roll. I think, again, another player that missed a lot of time, right, last year. And but I think it's just a matter of shaking off the rust, hopefully. And by the end of training camp, we'll have a better idea if he's ready to crack the lineup. But if I was just going off what I saw in those 2 games, and you don't do that, but if I was, I'd say, he looks like he's probably going to start the year in Laval and need a little bit more time. It's not like they absolutely have to have him in the lineup at this point. I don't think they, Xhekaj and Struble are very capable NHL defensemen. And I don't know that Reinbacker is ahead of either of them at this point. He will eventually be, but right now, probably not. Like, he didn't look, going off what I saw, he didn't look better than Struble or Xhekaj at the rookie camp. There were some flashes like that one yesterday's game when he the power play that goes in the first period. He got the puck behind the net and he went around it and wound up. And you saw just how he's going to be a tremendous skater. Like just he can really fly for a 6'3" kid. His skating is exceptional. He's really going to be a top flight NHL skater. He sees the ice well, makes with the puck. He's so poised at his age and makes the right play 95% of the time. He got dangled on that one goal, puck watched, I guess you could say, and didn't take the man. And when you do that, you can get burned sometimes. So, everybody saw that highlight if you didn't watch the game, right? It was all over social media. So, but that happens to the best. Mario Lemieux's very first shift in the NHL, he dangled Ray Bourque and made him look foolish. Not, obviously Yoder's not Mario Lemieux, but it happens to the best of defensemen on occasion, and I don't put too much stock in that. But overall, a few hiccups. Okay. Yeah, but I think you gotta remember that it's first two games of the season, and he's probably a little rusty, and we'll see him shake off the rust as training camp goes along.
Yeah. And even on that goal from Yoder, who walked around him, there's still a little bit of positive take away from it, because there was a big gap between where he was and where he needed to go to stop that play. And he closed that gap very, very quickly. It's just that he closed it with his stick instead of closing it with his body. So that's a difference between a goal and no goal. But that's just being rusty. It's just experience and stuff like that. I think it's not a problem whatsoever. I think overall, it was great. He joined the view rush. He was the trailer a couple of times. He did a couple of good play offensively, moved the puck well from his own zone. Defensively, it was okay most of the time, a little bit inconsistent. And I said that on Reddit and I got ripped because of it, but I feel like it was not always optimal. But I think he has a great stick, though. His stick is really, really good.
Oh, you don't beat him to the outside. He covers so much turf out there, ice, I guess. Sorry, not turf, but yeah, he borrowing an old football expression, but yeah, he is so rangy, and as you say, the two defensemen were far apart on that Yoder rush, and then he closed the gap really quickly. Almost too quickly, and maybe compensated a little bit. Yeah, but that just goes to show how confident he is with his one-on-one defending. Like you don't look at just that one play and say, "Oh, this guy's not very good one-on-one defending," because he is very good. It just every now and then you get beat and you make a mistake. None of these guys are perfect, and it resulted in a very nice goal. I'll give the kid Yoder credit. It was a really nice goal all around.
Yeah, and of all the players that we talked already, we talked about Demidov and Reinbacker and Kapanen, and I think one player that needs to be mentioned is Xhekaj 2.0. I think he was really good. He's bringing so much to the table, and he has more offense than I ever imagined he would have when we drafted him. And let me know what you think about him.
Yeah. Well, 24 goals and 180 penalty minutes in his rookie AHL season. No player, it's been 25 years, I think, or more, since a player in the AHL, let alone a rookie, had 24 goals and 180 penalty minutes or more. You like that combination, right?
Yeah. That's
I know when he first got drafted, and then the following year in junior, I think, well, this guy has fourth line potential for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think he's got third line NHL
Yeah.
potential minimum. Middle line potential would be his ceiling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, and yeah, he makes a lot of smart plays. I think maybe his hockey sense has not been fully appreciated in the past. Perhaps because he's a fighter. You don't normally equate
Yeah.
high IQ with goonery.
Yeah.
But he's got both. He's tough as nails, and he's very intelligent player. Um, Made a lot of nice little sauce passes and right on Kapanen and Demidov's stick, and very made a lot of nice plays. It's not just. I don't know. Did he have? I think he had more goals than assists last year, if I'm not mistaken. Or it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the typical stat line. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
think, well, he can't really. Maybe he's not much of a playmaker. But we saw, especially in that first game against Winnipeg, that he can make plays and decent vision. In addition to his ability to go to the net, score dirty goals, and but also good skill level, good good away from the puck. I like the fact that you can plug him in wing or center. He can play both, and to start off his NHL career, he might he might start out on the wing, but the physical play that he brings and how good he is along the wall and everything. You like players that can play any position. He'll
Mm-hmm.
be when he does make the NHL, he'll be able to play. I think anywhere in your lineup. You got to
Yeah.
plug him into second line wing for a while. Maybe bring some size to the second line. He'll be able to do that. Third line center, he'll be able to do that. Fourth line wing, center, whatever. So coaches typically love those types of players where you can plug them into different spots. And with that ability also means that he'll make the NHL someday because he can help you in so many ways.
Yeah. I was impressed by him. It's like obviously I knew he had hands around the night, around the net. Like it's obvious he scored a lot of goals from there. He has a hard shot. He skates well enough for a guy of this size, and I think he took like 15 or 20 pounds in the summer. But what impressed me the most is how many plays he connected. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not just a finisher. He's not just a guy that's around the net trying to tip in pucks. He's really like he sees the ice pretty well. Like I said, I was impressed by how he sees the ice and how many plays he was able to create. Like he fit on that line with Kapanen and Demidov. He fit really well there. It was
yeah,
nice to see. Like I'm not saying he's a top six player, but like you said, if he's a middle six type of winger or center, I think it's not something that's impossible at all.
yeah. Well, he showed in junior when he played his final year when he played with offensive players that his stats went up quite a bit and he fit
Mm-hmm.
right in. It's his intelligence, I think, that allows that to be the case where he can play with pluggers, grinders, he can play with skilled players. Again, that only enhances his chances of cracking the Montreal lineup fairly soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had a quick interview with the Hab fans TV, I guess
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
after the Winnipeg game, and he was asking me what's the percentage of Xhekaj making the team out of camp. I don't think it's very high, just
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know that there's a spot right now. Um, like you're not gonna sit Gallagher or Anderson in the press
Yeah.
box, right? Evans isn't gonna sit in the press box, but if he goes back to Laval, which I expect, and just builds on what he did as a rookie, uh, injuries, what have you, he could be, the first or second call up. And the other guy, obviously, that I'm interested in seeing because he had such a great offseason from all reports is Joshua Wah. Apparently, he got into the best shape of his life, and he's the other guy that could be a dark horse candidate at camp for pushing to get a spot in the lineup.
Lost a couple pounds too. I think he's lost something like 10 or 15 pounds over the summer. Trained really hard with like a very demanding training camp. And Joshua was a different type of player. Like first, the shot, the vision, the intelligence on ice. He's not the fastest player out there, and it's always going to be like that. But I think he plays well within his restrictions. I'm interested to see what he can do because he's a player that I really like, and I think he has the skills to make it. It's just in which capacity with Montreal. That's more the question.
Yeah, for sure.
Any other? Yeah, you were going to say?
Any
other player?
I just wanted to put up. Okay. Here's the lineup versus Winnipeg, just so we can maybe maybe touch on a few other players there. Rohrer, I liked Rohrer's speed. I think his speed has really improved. I watched him in his draft year a lot because I'm in Ottawa and he played for the 67s.
Yeah,
and I always liked his intelligence and his competitiveness. But since his draft year, he's physically he has really improved. He's a lot better skater than he was at that point. So he's taken steps in his game. Not going to make the Canadiens this year, but we'll go back to Switzerland and I think have a big year in the Swiss League. Owen Beck, not seeing that jump that I maybe hope to see. Like right now, if you asked me between Kapanen and Beck, who has the best chance of making the squad, I'd say Kapanen's quite a bit ahead of him.
Yeah.
But he's also a year older, and you got to take that into consideration. He's next up. Beck can go back to, he's not waiver eligible, for a while. I think Beck goes back to Laval. And just like Xhekaj and Roy, if they both go back as well, three very good possibilities to get called up in case of injury, but was maybe considering this is like his third or fourth rookie camp and, fairly high pick and all a good rookie season in the AHL. I was maybe hoping for a little more from him in this tournament.
There's not a lot of offensive creativity with Beck. Like he has a lot of elements in his game. He has the speed. He has the intensity. He has a solid shot too. Vision, but I feel like he's missing a little pop in his game to be able to create plays. But then again, last year he was really good in the AHL. So we can't judge too much on two rookie showcase games.
Absolutely
obviously.
Not. No. But just based on I think he was better in his rookie camp than he is right now. As far as he almost made the team as an 18-year-old, and I don't know that we've seen a large progression in that regard. But hey, it's like you say, it's two rookie games, and just like Reinbacker, you only take so much from it. I believe that he will go back to the AHL, I would suspect, and if he makes another jump offensively, and there are injuries, certainly back, just like Xhekaj, you can plug him into a lot of different spots, and he's not going to hurt you because of his all-around game. I think he can play the wing or center. Very good face-off man. That's something the Canadiens, of course. If there are question marks, that's one of the bigger ones. Is who the middle line centers, who are they going to be, and can they win close to 50% of their faceoffs? We know Beck can do that, so that's an asset for him. If and when he does play in the NHL, it's nice to have that extra face-off option, a kid that typically wins more than 50% of his draws.
Mm-hmm. The next question is for me because I want to know. I know that you like Protz and I like Protz a lot. Outside of his like 3 big hits or whatever, what did you think of his game overall in the rookie showcase?
Yeah. I think his skating has gotten better. He maybe the first period of the first game was a little, there were a couple of hiccups, but that's to be expected. He's still a junior age player, and there's a lot of, in these rookie showcases, there's a lot of 21, 22, even 23-year-olds playing, and who are all worthy of there's no poor players in these tournaments. And I thought, and then having and pairing them with an 18-year-old, so it took them a little while, but I thought him and McNeil and him improved as it went along. And he showed a few, like, he's not bad with the puck. He can make some plays. His puck moving is improving. I like his defense, certainly from an aggressive standpoint. He's a pretty good one-on-one defender, and he certainly makes the opposition keep their head up. And if they don't, they pay the price, right? But for a kid that was drafted in the mid rounds, I think the Canadiens got a really good. I don't know if it's a steal, but he's shown so far since he was drafted that he should have been maybe a second round pick. I don't know that there's 60 better prospects from his draft class from what I've seen.
I like that he didn't change his identity whatsoever. He plays the same way in that rookie showcase against some of the top prospect in the NHL that he plays when he plays in the OHL. Like it didn't bother him whatsoever. Same aggressivity, same physicality. He's
always going to have that. That's just in his DNA.
He's fun.
Yeah.
He leveled, what's his name? The giant guy in Winnipeg that I said last time.
Walton?
Yeah, Walton, 6th round pick or something like that. And he 6'6", 215 pounds, and he leveled him.
Yeah. So, I noticed, I was looking at my YouTube, and most popular videos in the last 2 days. It's interesting. You go back and look, and my second most popular, other than the Larry Robinson interview with Liam McGuire, was Protz hits in 2022, 23, or 23, 24. And I think, fans are excited about the physical part of his game, right? So I started working on last night when I got back. Started working on his hits from 24, 25. So look for that on my YouTube channel over the next couple days. Owen Protz's biggest hits from 24, 25. And there were a lot of them. It'll be a fun video to watch. So tune into
They're
this
also
channel.
Fun to make.
Yeah,
they're fun to do. I did one for Brady Martin just before the draft because Brady Martin was so aggressive in the playoff. And it's like every game I was watching, he was destroying people multiple times a night, and it was fun to do. Any other player that you think we should talk about? You think that stood out positively in the game?
Well, let's have a look here. The Torpedo.
You liked him?
Oh yeah, I mean, considering he's just coming back from he's basically just turning pro, right? And you have to remember that there's older players competing in this event. He showed the physical part of his game, got in a fight, challenged the bench. I like that last night there at one point, and then backed it up with a fight. But he's a tough enough kid and huge. I like his skating for his size. Didn't score like he did at last year's tournament, but that's fine. He right now, considering that he's at least 3 years younger than Tuck, I think he might be look like a little better prospect long term to fill in a fourth line role. I don't know that Tuck. I expected a little more from Tuck given his age and experience than maybe what I saw, and he was fine, but wasn't dominant. And I think perhaps, given his age and experience, that he probably should have been. But if you were to ask me today who looks like the better prospect to one day grab a fourth line role with the Canadiens or third line or whatever, bottom two line role, it would be Thorp. But I do like both of them still as bottom line potential prospects. What did you think of Thorp?
I didn't like his game that much. I think it was fine. I don't think it stood out for me. But the one thing that I like about Thorp that I don't necessarily like about Tuck is I feel like Tuck is not a good puck handler. Whenever the puck goes on his stick, he bobbles it, and the puck just jumps over his stick all the time. And doesn't have much offensive attributes in his game. But Thorp, like, he handles the puck a little bit better. He's also, I think, a little bit bigger. I think it's like 6'4", 6'5", Thorp. He's a big guy. And he has a very hard shot. So when he gets the time and the space to shoot it, he has a very hard shot. Yeah. So that's one thing that I really like about him. So like you said, you think he might be the better prospect in the long term right now, and I would agree with that. It's Tuck is 23 years old now. So at some point, if you're going to become a fourth liner in the NHL, it has to happen at some point. And I don't think that he showed any of that, at least not in the rookie showcase. But he wasn't all that bad last year in the AHL. So we'll see how it goes in camp. But I don't think there's a spot for him anyway right now. So
yeah, well, there's not a spot for either of them for sure right now. Tuck's not a great puck handler. He was willing to fight last year, but he showed that he's not a very good fighter too. Thorp's a better fighter naturally, and he's got the longer reach and everything too.
Yeah,
got a better shot for sure. Tuck can make plays. He's at his best when he's playing an energy role and hitting, good along the wall, all that stuff. So there's fourth line potential for Tuck, I do believe, but I wanted to see more. I wanted to see dominance from a kid that's that age, that has that much experience now, and didn't see that. Thorp, considering he's just out of junior, I saw some good things the last two camps with him, and I think he'll have a decent AHL rookie season. I'm looking forward to seeing him at the AHL level. I think his style will be good in pro, and that there's a lot of potential there for him to be a big, physical, bottom line NHLer down the road.
Yeah, and last question about the rookie camp. What did you think of the McNeil and Sim reunion?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to mention Mesar too.
Yeah. He did well.
As a former first-round pick. Oh, yeah? You thought he did well?
I think he played with more energy that I've seen. But obviously, he was injured a lot last season. But all the games that he played, except for the beginning of the season, I think he played with more energy and more pop in his game that he did in the AHL last year.
Yeah. And then they put him in at center too, right? Again, another guy that can play multiple positions. I liked how they, Xhekaj was on the wing and Mesar was at center. Rohrer played wing one game, played center the other. So the Canadiens have a lot of interchangeable pieces. Beck the same way. He played on the wing one game, center another. So it's good that they have these players with versatility, right? Mesar had some moments. Obviously, he scored the only goal in the game against Toronto, and
Yeah, true.
Nice,
Yesterday was the only goal. Yeah.
right, and
Mm,
showed a nice burst there and a nice shot. He can shoot. He needs to shoot more.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, I had no issue with his play there. He I don't know that he stood out necessarily. He didn't look like
I wouldn't say so.
if you'd said, "Well, there's that guy was a first round pick." Oh, okay. Up until that goal that he scored, you didn't really necessarily stand out as a former first round pick, given his size, right? Uh, but yeah, I think that he's had a decent off season, and that hopefully he comes to camp here, shows some things, goes to
Yeah.
AHL with more confidence, and he needs. This is a pivotal year for him. He needs to become a decent offensive contributor at the HL level this year,
Yeah.
make a step offensively, um, and really push for a spot next year on the Canadiens.
He started
And
strong last year in the AHL. A lot of good plays,
oh yeah,
but then you see there was the injury, and and that's the way she
yeah,
goes. But he started
oh
really
no,
well, so that there's hope there. And for the
yeah,
rookie showcase, I feel like Beck was taken like what 5 pick after Mesar, something like that in the draft in 2022. And I feel like Mesar maybe showed a little bit more than Beck in the rookie showcase, at least in my opinion. So I'm
yeah,
not disappointed, but I'm not excited either.
yeah. Well, yeah. Those are two guys that you hope can can find their offensive confidence and have good dominant AHL years, because they're going to need to if they hope to crack. It's
Mhm.
getting tougher and tougher to crack the Canadiens lineup. It's getting pretty strong.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're not. They certainly don't look at like surefire middle line NHLers with the
hmm
Canadiens at this point. But that doesn't mean that they won't play that role in the NHL. It just may be with another organization down the road. But
yeah,
McNeil and Sim, yeah, that
yeah.
goes back. I was asking Bob McKenzie, because his son is the GM for Kitchener, so he watches all these games. And
hmm
when I was asking him about the McNeil pick right after the Canadiens drafted him, he was talking about how Sim and McNeil fought in the playoffs last year, and Sim's like 20 years old or whatever, an older player. McNeil was only 17 or maybe just turned 18, and got the better of him in a scrap. And after
hmm
the game, I guess Sim was asked about it, and he went apoplectic. Just you know, I uh, I was going to be suspended if I fought, because you can only fight like once or twice, and then you get suspended in the
hmm
OHL now.
Yeah.
So he didn't really want to fight, and that's why he lost the fight, and he was quite defensive about it. So you knew that you know, just so happens the next training camp he's with the Leafs. McNeil's with, you're not getting suspended in the
mm
OHL for fighting in the rookie tournament. So he was chomping at the bit. You could just tell. I ran into Easton Cowan. I was walking in from the
Yeah.
and um, said, "Hey, Easton." We were walking back to the press box, and so I guess I guess Sim really wanted round two, with McNeil. He said, "Oh yeah." He was looking forward to that, but they wasted no time, right? Get it out of the
Yeah. Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
McNeil started off good in that fight. He got some shots in, but
mm
Sim came back pretty hard and then got the takedown, as Bob McKenzie said to me when I mentioned it
Yeah.
to him. I said, "Yeah, it looks like round two went to Sim," but Bob's. I guess Bob was watching the game, because he said, "Oh
Yeah.
well, uh,
Yeah.
McNeil got some shots in, and then." But after the fight, you could see Sim must have got at least one shot uh, on the beak of McNeil, because the watery eyes and stuff. After you could tell that he'd been, which typically happens in a fight. You're going to get at least one good shot in the nose there, but
Yeah.
very good tilt. They, you know, um, there's a good rivalry there between London and Kitchener, and McNeil, as Bob explained to me, said, "Hey, he's 2 or 3 years younger than Sim, who is a pretty tough customer, and McNeil handled himself quite well, so he'll be one of the tougher. You'll see him in a few scraps this year in the OHL, and I like that the Canadiens have added that element through the draft the last 2 or 3 years, where they've, Protz, McNeil, Xhekaj, Thorp. They picked up some kids that are quite tough, and will add that element to the Canadiens lineup down the road if and when they make the club.
Yeah. So moving out of the rookie showcase, I was on Twitter a couple of days ago and I saw some news happening with Zharovsky. Looks like the injury might be more serious. I'm not saying it is more serious, but I read that it might be more serious than anticipated, and he's going to miss still a few games. Do you have any information about that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, just from what I've been reading, I guess the coach there, Viktor Kozlov, was asked about it. He said, "Oh, he's not close to being ready," and then a fellow that Habs enthusiast on Twitter, he's enthusiastic. He's living in France, but he's always got updates on Zharovsky, and he said that it doesn't look like he's anywhere close. Just reiterating what the coach had said. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's the most exciting prospect to be watching, and we have to be a little bit patient and wait a little longer to see his first pro game of the year.
I guess it's what you call in English the rite of passage for the Montreal Canadiens. You got to get injured in your in your in your season at some point. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. Thank you very much, Grant McCagg. People, please take the time to like and subscribe to the video. It helps Grant and it helps me reach more Canadiens fans who wants to hear, wants to listen to what he has to say, and all the great guests that he have on the show. So please like and subscribe. You can also hype. And Grant McCagg, thank you very much. Anything to say to finish that up?
Yeah, I haven't seen that hype button. I don't know. You're talking about this hype.
It's just on mobile.
How come some people have the hype button and some people don't? Can you explain that?
It's a new feature. It's a new thing, so it's not everybody that has it, but it's also it's only on mobile. So you have to have the app. If you try to do it on YouTube on your computer, it's not there.
Right. Well, I do have I don't normally. I think I go through my browser on my phone usually with YouTube, and that might be why it's not even on my phone. It has to. You have to do it on your mobile and on your app. Okay. Well, maybe I'll open my YouTube on my phone through the app a little more often. Appreciate that. Right. You young guys are good at steering us boomers in the right direction when it comes to technology sometimes.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Grant. Thank you, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.